meet you, Dr. Zaragoza. My
Nice
name
to
is
meet
Joe.
you. Joe, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Manuel.
Manuel, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Dr. Zaragoza.
Thank you for taking the time to hold an interview for
My
our
pleasure.
road
My pleasure.
trip mission for Husky Success.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we'd like to ask you some questions about your career and your life.
I'd love to answer some questions about my career and my life.
Perfect.
Ask away. Ask away.
First question. For our audience to understand, can you please tell us about your career? What do you do or what will you be doing?
All right. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Jerson Zaragoza. I am a recent graduate of UERM Memorial Medical Center. I will be going into hopefully emergency medicine in the next July, and that's what I'll be working with, all the emergency cases in the ER.
When did you first find out that this is what you wanted to do? And how did you find out?
Well, I was born into a family of physicians. The thing was, this didn't fit me at the time. It still doesn't. My neck is too big now. But you know what? It's just one of those opportunities that you just can't let pass by. So I pursued it, and I love it.
Nice, nice.
Growing up, did you have any interest that influenced your career choice?
Yes, I did have a lot of influences. Like I said before, I grew up with a family of physicians, and pretty much everyone around me, friends and family, was in the field of healthcare. So it made it very easy for me to get influenced into healthcare.
How did you pay for tuition?
Set this here. Set this here. Well, my tuition was fully funded by my parents. Where I went to school in the Philippines, there is not really an option for loans. So you either had to pay it up front or you didn't go.
Oh. Is it more expensive over there than over here, you would say?
Oh, it's exponentially more expensive here.
Oh. Oh, nice. So cheaper option.
And what are times you feel like giving up? And how did you overcome that if you did have?
There are times where you feel really mentally and physically beat up. But the driving force is that if you give up, your patient dies. And since, as a student, you're the first line to your patients, you wouldn't be a doctor if you just said, no, you know what, let me take a break. So, there's not really a choice to give up. And if you give up, you're kind of that guy. You don't really deserve to be of that prestigious career.
That guy. Have you met a lot of that guys in your
You know what?
doctor?
In my experiences, I did meet a lot of people that knew it wasn't for them. They got up to first year, second year, third year, even up to the last years of med school, and they found out it wasn't for them. So it's kind of not. I wouldn't say it's a waste of schooling for them. It's just necessary so that they knew what they didn't want to do. So now they're sights set on something else.
Okay.
Have you ever encountered noise in your life that slowed you down to your goals and dreams? And how do you handle them? Noises as in
Like
peer
distraction.
pressure, distractions, your parents, etc.
For me, there's a lot of noise everywhere you look. Like every kind of different kinds of temptation, whether you want to go out, you want to do other things, you want to like sports, or just any other extracurricular activities. The thing is, it's always going to happen. But the main part of that is to just keep your priorities straight. You know, it's good to make time for other things, but when shit hits the fan, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. When things get difficult, your patience and care for them comes first. So you got to do what you got to do. So, like for me, noise will come, but it's how you block it out and focus on the things you need to focus on.
Alright.
So,
Alright, thank you.
guys, loosen up. Have some tea.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's focus on him.
I'll help myself to some myself.
Okay, next question. When did you realize that you took the right direction to your career life? How did it feel, and also, how can we tell when we feel it as well in the future?
I'm pretty sure everyone has their own experiences on when they felt it was the right choice for them. But for me, it was in my first rotation. I was in the ER under my surgery rotation, government hospital. And it's when work didn't feel like work. You felt like a hero. I had a very traumatic case, and pretty much I was the only one there to do anything. So when you feel like the guy, then you know you're the one. So that was my experience.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. And next question again. What words of wisdom do you have for our generation of college students that do not know what to do with their lives?
At the college level, I say pursue what makes you happy.
Okay.
I told you before that I took a pre-med, BS in biology course. And although it was interesting, there was a lot of times where it felt kind of like a drag, and a lot of it didn't translate very well for me into medicine as a course, whatnot. And I feel like if I would have done college again, I would have still done the prerequisites to do pre-med, but my major would have been something a little bit more interactive, maybe like graphic design or something a little bit more fun. Fun for me.
One for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead
Thank
of
you.
just reading.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for the pizza, Dr. Zaragoza.
Oh, no problem. I'd like to make sure everyone who comes by and visits me is well fed.
Thank you. And that concludes our interview. My name is Joe.
My name is Manuel.
And I'm Dr. Zaragoza.